Madam Editor, here's that memo I've been working on for the new editing policies for the journal. I was thinking about borrowing from Reagan and coining the term trickle-down spading.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Francis. We're not nominating you to have sole control over the spading.
But Madam Editor, I was promised sole control over spading, and I love spading. I love it more than a shark loves blood.
I know the editor-in-chief made you promises, Francis, but circumstances have changed.
The thing about promises, Linda, is that they remain immune to changing circumstances, like the 19th edition of the Blue Book.
I'm sorry, Francis, but this is the way it has to be. Can we count on you to get the spading done while working with the other EMEs in such a tight time frame?
This is the worst possible position to be in. If I water down the spading, the editor-in-chief will consider me a failure. If I do not finish the spading within a week, I will force myself into a corner. Only complete victory will put me back into his good graces. The alternative is exile, and I will not go back to moot court. There is only one option. Madam Editor, you most certainly can count on me. I must now cleave the other EMEs from the herd and watch them die in the wilderness, like a misplaced modifier. But I will not do this alone, though. I will use an amorous and naive 2L Spada to help. Because a great man once said, everything is about sex. Except sex. Sex is about spading. And I have cultivated my relationship with the lowly 2L Spada Zoba Bonds for this exact reason.
Am I only going to see you at journal pizza parties? I haven't heard from you in 3 weeks.
Insecurity bores me.
Well, I feel the same way about spading.
This is small ball crap, and we have larger problems, Zoe. The other EMEs are having trouble getting their Emmys to spade their comments, and we need to pitch in and do the spading for them.
How are we going to spade all these comments up to Blue Book standards?
The way you devour comments, Zoe, is one bite at a time, and utilizing Chicago Manual of Style standards instead of the Blue Book.
Wow, we're in a very gray area, ethically and grammatically, which I'm okay with.
All you're doing is making the inevitable more difficult, Zoe. Spade the damn comments. I'm no longer asking.
But it could be really bad for the other EMEs if we submit substandard work under their names.
Speculation is a poor form of investment, and an equally poor form of spading.
Okay, I'm willing to let the comment wither and die on the journal's desk, if that's what's required.
The only thing more satisfying than persuading someone to spade the way I want is failing to persuade them on purpose. Very good. It is important for you to understand that to improve is to spade. To perfect is to spade often, and you are an excellent spader, Zoe. The road to editor-in-chief is paved with hypocrisies and casualties, never regrets. But make no mistake, proximity to spading deludes some into thinking that they wield it. Yes, if I were EIC, I would most certainly make you the sole EME.
I don't know, I've always had an eye on marketing.
Executive marketing editor, such a waste of talent. Choosing money over spading. In this town, it's a mistake nearly everyone makes. Money is the MIC office on the 3rd floor of the library that starts falling over after 10 months. Spading is the old stone building that stands for centuries. I cannot respect someone who doesn't see the difference.
I guess the only worthwhile spading projects are the ones that scare you to death.
The best thing about editors is they stack so neatly. Have you considered what we discussed?
Yes, and I think you're right. But answer me one thing. I need to know if I was a part.
Yes. Finish your thought.
If I was a part of the Winnow Run-On cheating scandal.
Jesus.
Wait!
I thought there there'd be a bus coming from the bus stop. All well, no regrets.
The spading is in. The results are terrible. What happened to the editing standards? These other EMEs are entirely unqualified.
What an editor craves more than anything is a sharp blade to fall on. So you sharpen the blade, you hold it at just the right angle, and then 3, 2, 1.
As the editor-in-chief, I am responsible for the overall integrity of this journal. I've lost all credibility. I have to resign.
But sir, who could ever fill your magnanimous shoes?
It has to be you, Frank.
But sir!
It has to be you. Journal integrity is of the utmost importance.
Sir, I cannot agree anymore.
These are my personal notes. You'll find everything you need in there. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. There are 2 types of spading. The sort of spading that makes a comment strong, or useless spading. The sort of spading that's only for suffering. I don't have time for useless things. Don't waste a breath mourning for the EIC. For those of us climbing to the top of the food chain, there can be no mercy. There is but only one rule: spade or be spaded.